What's up, family? Today we got a pistol maintenance video for you guys. For all you guys that have a pistol and you was wondering how to do this, how to do that, how do other people maintenance their pistols, how to lock the slide back, any details or questions y'all have, this should clear it up right here and now. So first thing you want to do is grab your pistol. So mine is the SCCY CPX2 chamber to 9. First thing you do is make sure the mag is set to the side. Make sure it's clear. Now, this part, you're going to lock it back. So when I go to lock it back, you're going to pull the slide and constantly apply pressure to keep this up. So try to do it so you guys can see. Push it up and it should catch on this little part here. As you can see, it did. Make sure you're good and caught. Yep. So now your pistol should look like this, to where it slides back. It's stuck in place. You have your spring and your barrel showing. Now, this is where the parts you're going to need come in handy. You're going to need a flathead, some nice cleaning oil. You can use cleanse oil, COP. There's many other brands. This is the brand I use. And you're going to need some type of wipe. You can use, usually, there's certain wipes you should use, but you can use pretty much anything to wipe it. So let's go ahead and get back into it. Now there's going to be a little piece you pop off, so you can separate the upper and the lower. You just pull that part like that. It may look a little different depending on what pistol you have, but most are the same. You just look for a piece like this that pops all the way out. Don't lose this. Now, don't let it, you know what I'm saying, don't send it through. When you go to press, now at this point, you're going to press down, hold your slide, and just kind of slide it gently. There you go. So now you have your slide off and your upper off. Now, from here, this is pretty much all you're going to clean. You're going to take your spring off. Your spring just pops out like so. Now you just have your barrel into, so now you have just a slide with the red dot sight, barrel, spring, and obviously you have your lower. Now from this point, you just go and wipe it down, cleanse oil here, cleanse oil. Don't use too much. Just use a nice light coating. Keep everything nice and clean. Try to get any dirt, debris you see in there. Hopefully it shouldn't be too much in there. Me, I'm just take some toilet paper. Usually I have my whites, but I'm actually using my whites for my AR right now. So just go around the clip, make sure all this is nice. So when the friction of the slide going back and forth, I will put cleanse oil here, just so it can has a nice ride feel to it. So when I send it forward and send it back, there's no catch up and no debris. Because this can hinder if you're having any jamming problem, malfunctions, some weird catching, or maybe it's just too hard for you to pull back. This is usually going to be your culprit. Make sure to get those rails, the trigger, the hammer back here. Like I say, it may be a little different because some pistols do come with a safety, mine does not. So always make sure to look. If you feel like it, go ahead and take your time. You can really just don't use oil on the outside, but you can take your time and really like wipe down like where the trigger sits, while this sits. Next time, just take your time and wipe that off. You also want to wipe where the mag goes, so the mag inset well, because the mag inset well does have spring back there, if you can see it, make sure that spring's good. That spring is actually going to the, my bad, I think that's actually to the hammer. All right, now that we got that mostly top machine, next, barrel. Barrel, you really don't hit it with a nice inner. Make sure the barrel is clear. I wish I had my bore snake. I mean, the barrel's so small, you could probably just route like some wipe around it, take like a little pin and just clean out like that. Pretty small one. All right. The spring. Make sure she's good and clean. I put a little bit of Cleansol on her. I try to really keep my weapons free of carbon. Less carbon in your gun, more better she should run. All right. Okay. Now, the slide itself. So here, Cleansol in these inserts, so it can help against keeping it oiled up. So when you go to chamber around, or you go to lock it back, it's a little bit less resistance because it's now should be pretty oiled up, so it should slide a lot more freely. Now, also, you can break it down. You wanted to paint it. This is probably the best time to paint it in this form. Make sure you taper off certain places so you don't have too much resistance. Or Cerakote your things. Cerakote is pretty nice too. All right. Now, here we go to the assembling part. For assembly, you're gonna take a slide, take your barrel, you're going to insert. If I could, I actually did it the wrong way. This part should be up like this, and then you're going to push it back. So this is how it's going to look. Boom. As you can see, there's these 2 points. Remember to keep these up because you're going to, this is where this pin from earlier sits to lock the barrel in place. You're going to take your spring. Notice your spring has this side and this one. This one's is going to contact the barrel, the flatter side. This one has more of a point, small point. The small point is going to go through the hole to really set that, and it's just going to sit like that. Not all of it's going to fit on there, but a good amount, almost like half, is going to sit on the barrel itself, like this. Now you're going to slide your upper and the lower arm. Keep it this piece up so it can slide back on pretty easily. It may take a few tries. Come on. There we go. Okay, no, that's not how we go. What's going on? Come on. There we go. As you can see here. Boom. So looking back to normal, don't worry, the barrel will be doing sliding. Because right now the spring is compressed, but there's nothing to lock the barrel in. Now, the lock pin, I'm not sure if it's called a lock pin, but I'm calling it a lock pin because it's giving me lock pin vibes. You're going to line this barrel up. There should be a hole right there. You want to make sure that hole is nice and open, so your barrel should look something like this. Slide that in into that hole. Once you match it up, You should hear a click once you press it in. See how the barrel's not moving no more. That's how you know it's in a good spot. It's locked in. Spring. You should be able to freely just send it forward. And that, guys, is how you maintenance your pistol. Now, obviously, you can do more, but this is how I maintenance my pistol. That slide is nice and clean. Send it forward again. Safe. Pull the trigger. Then you're gonna wait. You're gonna slowly let go of the trigger. You're gonna wait till you hear a reset. It should be like a small clip. And yep, she's good to fire. This should help with any jams, malfunctions, or maybe you just need to maintenance your gun. This is perfect. This is what I do. This is what I recommend. Some of you guys do. Obviously, there's better videos out there to do it, but this is how I do it. So, thank you, family, for watching. Stay dangerous.